Welcome back, everyone. So Intergalactic Wrangler is in the chat. Okay, I'm so excited about this video. I don't know why, but I'm just glad that we're able to finally jump back into the Trump archives. I have a bunch of videos of his old interviews, and right now I'm working on another old Trump archive video, and I'm enjoying this format where we get to do a video and then we do a live stream to talk about the video. So I hope you watched the original video, but we're going to play the first part of the video where we listen to his take on peace through strength, and then we'll talk about it for a bit. We're going to link it to some of the happenings in Iran. It's day 14, and it seems like the Ayatollah is going to be removed, or something is happening in Iran that is exciting, and hopefully they're going to see this through. Now, first off, because Intergalactic Wrangler is in the chat, I'm just going to bring up his chat. He is hello everyone. Look, we're excited to have you in the chat, Intergalactic Wrangler. And then he says, I love Trump's old videos. Yeah, so I'm going to be bringing more of those old videos, and then we're going to run commentary. Now, after this, now while we're in this segment of the live stream, this is the live stream that was meant to happen on Friday. Friday is when we go into all kinds of weird stuff. We're going to talk about Area 51. We're going to talk about alien technology, alien artifacts being found all over the world. We're going to talk about today. We're going to start with the what do we call it now? Our resident specialist on this topic, okay, Patricia, is going to start with the legend of the moon-eyed people. It is fascinating. It'll make the hair on your neck, on the back of your neck, stand up. And then we're going to connect this to Area 51. So if you stick with us, we're just going to have fun. So today we're going to start with what we decided we're going to start doing. We're going to review the last video that was published. We're going to talk about some of the ideas that were shared in that video. We will read your reactions in the chat. If it's too boring for you and you want us to move on to the spectacular story of the moon-eyed people so that we can move this conversation along to get to Area 51, Canary King is chomping at the bits to get to Area 51. Don't worry, we're going to get there. And then, like, there's so much to unpack. I've been having these conversations with Patricia for weeks now, and we're just excited that we get to do this with you guys on a live stream. So, Patricia, say hi, and then we'll jump into the video, do the reaction, talk to the chat, and then go into the Moon-Eyed people. So, Patricia, say hi.
Hello, everyone. Doing great. Hope you all are too. I
Yeah,
am Intergalactic Angler.
Yeah, tell them about how the temperatures at your end just dipped.
It went nuts. We've been at 68 degrees for a couple of days, and it has been so warm we have not worn a coat outside in January, which is really weird. And tonight, we're going to get snow.
Well, last night it rained, and then the rain froze. I had to go out to buy salt this morning. And then we're being told that a storm front is coming through tomorrow. So we have a weather warning tomorrow. So there's exciting stuff. So let's jump right in. Leave your comments in the chat. This is President Trump, businessman President Trump, 34 years old, 1980. And here's what he has to say about peace through strength. Oh my goodness. It crashed. Okay, let's get the video back. Sorry about that. Let's get the video back.
I feel that this country with the proper leadership can go on to become what it once was. And I hope, and certainly hope, that it does go on to be what it should be.
What should it be?
Well, it should really be a country that gets the respect of other countries.
Is respect the most important thing in your opinion?
Well, respect can lead to other things. When you get the respect of the other countries, then the other countries tend to do a little bit as you do. and you can create the right attitudes. The Iranian situation is a case in point. That they hold our hostages is just absolutely and totally ridiculous. That this country sits back and allows a country such as Iran to hold our hostages, to my way of thinking, is a horror. And I don't think they'd do it with other countries. I honestly don't think they'd do it with other countries.
Obviously, you're advocating that we should have gone in there with troops, etc., and brought our boys out.
I absolutely feel that, yes. I don't think there's any question, and there's no question in my mind. I don't think that Iran would have our hostages for 10 minutes. If they respected this country, I don't believe they would have our hostages for 10 minutes.
All right, so that I have to cut in there because I don't want to play the whole video. If you want to watch the entire video, okay, it's published on the channel, so you can go in there and watch the entire thing. I enjoyed making it, and I hope you enjoy it. So, Patricia, you really want to jump into this?
The history of Iran.
Yeah.
The Shah was the king of Iran. And the New World Order was not happy that he would not go along with what they wanted him to do.
Mm.
And they decided to back the Ayatollah, who was in France. He was in exile.
Yeah.
So they decided to bring the Ayatollah back, that he would work with them. And Jimmy Carter was president at that time. So the CIA, the MI5, and France worked on getting the Ayatollah back into Iran when the Shah came to America for a surgical procedure. That's when the Ayatollah took over. Now, why do I have such information about that period of time? My cousin was there. Eddie Blodgett was in Iran putting in telephone communications for the country. The Shah was upgrading the entire country, bringing in electric to all the villages. He was connecting phone service to all the villages. He was really improving the country for the people. Well, when the Ayatollah took over, the Ayatollah decided to flip them off and take American hostages and started chanting "Death to America." So that didn't work out well.
No, it didn't. And while he's doing all of that, he's holding American hostages, and
Right.
Jimmy Carter was essentially, he did nothing.
Right. And Eddie, we didn't know where he was for several weeks.
Wow.
And what we found out was he made it to the Canadian embassy, and they forged papers and got him out of Iran. So he got to come home.
Yeah.
He had already sent his family was living there with him, his wife and 2 children, and he had already sent them home prior to this because of all the rumors floating around in Iran. So he got caught right when it all crashed and burned.
Yeah.
But we did get Eddie back home. Rest in peace, Eddie. He has died since then.
Oh.
And I am just so happy to see the Iranians getting their king back. And I keep thinking about all the friends Eddie made while he was over there and how much they have suffered since the Ayatollah took over. Because what a lot of people don't understand about Iran, it's not a Muslim country. It's a Christian country.
Yeah.
And that's what made it so crazy to put the Ayatollah in charge of it. And they knew that if he got a hold of the power there, that he would start killing people.
You told me earlier before we went live, I don't know, I can't remember if you mentioned it. I've been so distracted with all the buttons that I have to push. You mentioned that putting him in charge of Iran was a globalist conspiracy.
Yes, the New World Order was behind that. And they wanted control of Iran and the oil there and the people. And they thought the Ayatollah would be the puppet for them because the Shah refused to be their puppet. So that's what was going on. And this is probably why we're not hearing a lot on the news media about what's going on in Iran. They're calling it a protest, and it's a full blown revolution.
Yeah.
The people are fighting back. The police are defecting to the people. There is military members leaving the military and joining the revolution. The king of Iran is going to return, and Israel and America under Donald Trump is going to make sure that happens.
Now, it's been going on for 14 days now.
Right.
14.
Unheard of, because usually the Ayatollah had been able to put any protest down in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Well, it's gone past that. Yeah, they're in the day 14.
All right.
And Trump has sent troops into Iraq, and they're on the border of Iran.
So that pivots us back to Trump's statement in 1980. So we played his interview with Ronna Barrett. That was a video recording that was made by Ronna because she was interviewing him for a magazine article.
Right.
So it wasn't meant for TV, and that's why no one saw it until just a few months back when it was released. And I put up that video, and that video on my channel got 1.7 million views. So that's that video possibly is one of the main drivers of the channel's growth. For a while, it's responsible for over 50% of subscribers on the channel. So he said that if America was respected, that Iran would not hold America's hostages for even 10 minutes. He said that in 1980.
Yeah.
Now, the crazy thing that I saw with the comments under that video, because there were a lot of comments, of course, there were the people who love Trump and support him, and there are those who hate him simply because they've been told to hate him, and they simply said that he was essentially dog whistling, intimidation, and trying to instill fear in the allies of the American state. That was their own interpretation of what they wanted to put on that statement. Now, peace through strength is a doctrine that Reagan preached, and as soon as Reagan took office, all the hostages were released.
Well, he had sent a message to the Ayatollah, was those hostages better not be there the day I take office. And the Ayatollah released them before he was inaugurated.
Yeah.
Boom, they were out of there.
Exactly. And so that essentially confirms what Trump said. And again, he was 34 years old then. And after over 40 years, he's still saying the same thing today. Mm-hmm. And he's not just saying, but he's doing. Because it's different when you have someone like a politician like Nancy Pelosi, who says one thing in 1996 about immigration and then flips a few years later to make it appear like someone completely different was saying those things. But Trump has been consistent, and that's one of the things that a lot of people love about him. He doesn't lie about his stand on so many things.
Well, there is a strategy behind Iran, and people's going to see it play out. Trump and Netanyahu both know that the key to stopping the terrorist attacks in the Middle East is ground zero, Iran.
Yeah.
And they also know that the king of Iran will not allow those people to exist in Iran. That will be over. There'll be no more funding of Hezbollah, of the Houthis, and Hamas.
Yeah.
They will be dead in the water. The only way that they will be able to go forward is if George Soros and Russia starts backing them straight away.
Yeah.
And they won't do that because George Soros and his son knows that if there is an inkling of them giving money to terrorist groups, they'll be hunted down just like
Yeah.
the terrorists.
Yeah.
They will become a pariah.
Yeah.
That's it. And so you can bet that Trump's going to support the return of the king to Iran. In fact, I think that he will officially have the king of Iran escorted to Tehran. He'll
I hope.
probably put him on Air Force One and fly him in there.
Well, that will make a very strong statement because it means that that he is under the protection of the United States, and if anything happens to him, they'll be
And
held to
Israel.
pay. Yes, he'll
What
be.
what a
They'll be
lot
held
of
to.
people did not know was that Iran was an Israeli ally.
Yes.
They backed Israel.
Yeah.
And
Now.
that was one of the other things the New World Order wanted to do was
Yeah.
to get rid of Israel.
Exactly. Now I see activity in the chat. Okay, some activity. There's some people chatting from Kick. Okay, so if you want to send a comment, you can simply post your comment on in the chat. I see you guys on YouTube. Okay, so go ahead, test. Yes, collective consciousness. Collective consciousness left me a comment, and I hope we can, have a conversation today. He wasn't happy about the audio on one of the last streams, and I'm sorry about that, but he's in the chat. And yes, I see the test chat. He's wondering if this is live. So this is live.
We're
Okay.
live.
Yeah, so we're having a live conversation and we're simply doing a quick review on the video, the previous video that was published on the channel. So we've made a shift on how we do our content now. What we do is we have a video on demand that is recorded and edited. It has a theme and a topic. We release that video, and then we do a live stream as a follow up to that video. So if you haven't
Yeah.
seen the video that we are referring to, okay, it is the most recent video that we published on the channel. Okay, it's doing a review on Trump's statements about peace through strength. Essentially, President Trump is saying if other countries respected the United States, they would treat the United States better, and that was based on an interview he did in 1980 as a private citizen at 34 years old. So we're seeing the exact same thing. um you
If you
know
go back to his first term, his first 4 years,
yeah.
you saw what happened with North Korea.
Yes.
I mean, that was the most interaction with North Korea that we had ever had since the Korean War.
Yeah.
And they officially ended the Korean War under Trump. It had never been officially ended.
Yeah.
So that's how peace through strength works.
Yeah.
You let them,
and
you
and
know, strong people do not get put down.
yeah, we
They
saw
just,
that we saw that in his first term when he
right,
walked across the DMZ.
right.
Everyone was like, what are you doing? He said, look, look, President Trump has shown more courage than most presidents I've seen in my lifetime. I watched President George Bush. Yes, he engaged in Desert Storm and so on, but we didn't watch him walk by himself across enemy lines to go shake hands with someone that everyone said would start World War III.
Yeah,
We never saw that. We haven't seen one president apart from Ronald Reagan in my lifetime who took a bullet. Well, Ronald Reagan took a bullet and he was severely injured. But with President Trump, the same thing. We saw him in real time take a bullet in the ear and stand up and lift up his fist. Look, the guy has stones.
He's
he
got kahunas.
he has big stones. And one of the comments in the comment section of the original video, um, I don't know why I didn't have the thumbnails prepared to show you guys the video. So you guys go back and watch those videos, okay? One of the comments that they kept putting in the comment section was Captain Bone Spurs. I didn't know what that meant. I had to go do some research, and then I found out that that he had been disqualified from
Yeah.
enlisting for the Vietnam War because of a condition, bone spurs. And I was like, okay. And so what's that? And then they claimed that that the doctor who examined him and gave him the diagnosis had been paid by Trump's father to issue that report, which had long been debunked because you don't come with your private doctor's report. The
No.
the military gives you a fitness test, and they will return whether you do have that condition or not. Then there was this report that the daughters of the doctor had come up to say that their father said that. Well, whenever you have these lies being spread by people who just don't like Trump, I don't know if they think it through. If they actually think through the lies that they are telling. But the mainstream media don't care. They just parrot what they say, and then they try to give some plausible deniability to say, well, we haven't confirmed this, but this is what everyone is saying. And they just blast the lie into the atmosphere, hoping that it does the damage that they hope it will do to the
Mhm.
person they don't like.
It's the
So,
same way with that shooting in Minnesota.
yeah,
And now that all the evidence is coming out that what the DHS had claimed happened did happen.
yeah,
I mean, even the governor said, well, he got clipped by the car, but no worse than if he'd hit a refrigerator.
I saw that, and it was just stupid. Like,
And I'm going, a refrigerator doesn't run over you.
you see, this is coming from people from the party that claim to be on the side of law enforcement and the military, but they know nothing about combat. They know nothing about being in the field. And
They
you
have
and
no
I,
military strategy whatsoever.
they know nothing about life, because you and I discussed that video before we went
Yeah.
live, and we talked about the way the gun could have gone off because she drove into him. He didn't mean to shoot her, but when he drove when she drove into him, he was pushed, and he leaned over, but his hand hit the
The lid of the car.
the bonnet of the car, and that could have set off the gun. Okay, no one is having these
Yeah.
conversations around the part that she played in the gun going off and then killing her. But everyone is trying to make it seem like it was premeditated, that he intentionally wanted to execute her. And that was, the rhetoric that I've been seeing online has just been crazy. But you know what? It's intentional. I believe that they're looking for another summer of love. They want people to be on the streets. They want people to be out there protesting and burning things down.
Well, there was
And,
one news source that showed the barricade they built where that had happened at on the street,
mm,
and they threw everything up there. There was everything piled up in a wall,
mm,
but there was nobody behind it
yeah,
because the videos are coming out.
yeah,
Everything that the left and their propaganda news media sources are doing is being totally disproved.
all right.
And they're not going to have a foot to stand on because you're not going to tell people who have been on YouTube and X and all the other social platforms and seen those videos to believe that that didn't happen.
Yeah. All right, so I'm trying to see if there's anything else we haven't covered on the video. But if you want to watch the video and just catch up on some of the things that we're talking about, we're trying to do a quick review on that and then pivot into the main event. Okay, the main event for this live stream is the Moon Eyed People. This is the live stream that should happen on Friday, but I couldn't do that yesterday. I had something to do with the family, and then I had to move it to this evening. So let's look at the chat now. Again, I want to let you guys know the chat is a vital part of our live streams. I don't know about other live streams. I watch other live streams. I enjoy. I get entertained by other live streams. But one of the things that I want to build here, along with Patricia, is to be able to have you guys be part of the show. All right. Patricia was in the chat like every one of you. She would fill up the chat. And you know what, Patricia, I still miss you in the chat. The chat will be filled with her contributions to the show. And then eventually I said, okay, we have a call-in feature. Who's gonna bite? Who wants to be on the call-in feature? And every single time Patricia would join the call-in. And you know what? The call-in is available, but what tends to happen is whenever we open the phone lines, most of you just like just being in the background. So that's fine. That's fine. But the chat is a vital part of the live stream. So just let your thoughts be known in the chat. We're going to read and respond to what you've said in the chat. Okay. And don't forget to like the video. Okay. It sends a signal through YouTube that the content here is beneficial to you and you're encouraging YouTube to spread it to more people. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon. Okay. Now, Mark Heimler, Happy New Year. I'm not sure we've seen you on a live stream this year. Have we? I'm not sure. So Mark Heimler says, you can't spell Trump without, sorry, you can't spell triumph without Trump. Here we go. Yeah. So
Hi, James.
yeah. So yeah, nice egg.
Yeah, it's how red.
Okay, it's red. Okay, so go play with Marcus. Okay, I'll be out soon. Close the door, please. Yeah, very professional.
You're so
So,
adorable.
whoa. Okay, so Intergalactic Wrangler just became a member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna get a soundboard when someone gives a super chat or donates a membership. They get this fire. They get applause. They get something that happens when something monumental like this happens. You guys are amazing. Do you know what? I miss daily live streams. I miss it, but um the YouTube consultant, and when I say that, it is the AI that is slaved to the channel to advise me on all of the analytics and everything, says that doing the live streams that way isn't so healthy for the channel. So we decided to run it the way we're currently running it. Thank you so much, Intergalactic Wrangler. Look, guys, when you donate, when you join the membership, when you're a part of the channel, it sends a signal to YouTube. But you know what? It sends a signal to me that tells me that you value the content and you want me to keep going. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you know what? Thank you so much. I'm speechless. Do you know what? It feels weird to have people give you money to do something that you're enjoying doing already. It just feels weird. All right. This for me, it doesn't feel like work, even though it is very hectic. It's very hectic. Some nights I go to bed at 4 in the morning because I'm studying and I'm looking at thumbnails and titles. There's so much work. And then there's the research. I spent most of today researching the story that I'm publishing on Tuesday. It's covering the shooting in Minneapolis, and I'm taking it from a different angle, and I hope that you like the video when it's finally done. I've done two variations already, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the video when it is released. Okay, so another chat from let's see, Collective Consciousness. I hope you're still here. Collective Consciousness says YouTube keeps deleting my support to Donald Trump.
Well, they
There are
don't
times,
like him.
yeah, no, there are times that I see the count, that's the comment count, and I see two comments. I go into the comment section and I only see one. So it appears that that might be what you're talking about. You post something in support of Trump's policies or of Donald Trump, and then they just hide the comments. There was a time when if you put Donald Trump in the title of your YouTube video, your channel would get demonetized.
Right.
Like so, my channel is unapologetically in support of President Trump's policies. I had a friend of mine call me. I keep talking about this friend of mine who I had a 4 hour conversation where he was trying to get me to change my mind on supporting President Trump. And every time he came up with a hoax, I would send him a link to a video to clarify the hoax. I refused to argue with him. I sent him the evidence. So he calls me and says to me, "Happy New Year. My prayer for you this year is that you will stop supporting President Trump." I said, "Well, you're going to keep praying for a long time because that's a prayer that's not going to be answered." So I understand how you feel, collective consciousness. I will be looking out for your comments. I hope you're still in the chat. Let me know you're still here because you know what I
You should click on at the top. It says chat, and if you click on that, it'll have a drop down box that says live chat.
okay,
And if you hit the live chat, you'll see all the comments.
okay.
It's weird how they do that. I don't
It's
know.
weird.
I don't know why they just don't do live chats.
I don't know. I don't know either. Um, Intergalactic Wrangler says if NATO collapsed, we could make a minerals deal with Russia. That's an idea, but
We may already have one with Russia and you're just not aware of it because Russia buys American wheat.
mm,
We ship American wheat to Russia. A lot of people don't know about that.
ah,
There is trade deals with Russia.
okay. We're gonna go through this. So for those of you who are watching today, we're going to be talking about the legend of the moon-eyed people. Okay, Canary King is here, so this is right up his alley. When we're done with this legend, we're going to have several sessions where several episodes of the live stream where we're going to be talking about this. And then we are going to slip into Area 51 and alien technology research and all of those things. So,
Yeah.
look, now, why do we do this? We love talking about stuff like this, okay? And I see that most of us who are part of the channel kind of connect with conspiracy theories. And you know the exciting thing? For the last 5 years, every conspiracy theory has been proven true. So for most of us, it's like we're being validated whenever we hear that what we're talking about is a conspiracy theory. It's like, okay, so that means that it's most likely going to be proved to be true. So um so that's what we're going to be going into once we're done with the chat. So you guys, please just stay with us. We're simply responding to the chat from everything we've discussed so far. Intergalactic Wrangler says barricade looked more like a kid's fort.
Yeah. It was pathetic looking. It was. It's like they took a whole bunch of trash and piled it up to make a barrier.
Did you guys see that video of the individual in Minnesota who essentially says that most of them came out for the protest unarmed, but that the next time he was going to be out there, he was going to find a gun, even though he wasn't legally allowed to get it to carry a gun?
Well, he's going to be the next one that ends up in a grave.
Well, that's if he doesn't get arrested first, because he was essentially confessing to committing a crime.
To
That
pull a
is
weapon on a federal agent, they, and this is what gets me about this. They act like federal agents aren't trained.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something about federal agents. I've had two cousins in the FBI, and I can tell you one of them, she stands about 4.5 feet tall. She isn't very tall at all, but I'd be dipped. I took her on because she can put you in the floor before you can blink.
So the news about the officer who shot the lady in Minnesota made it look like some people commenting said that ICE officers aren't properly trained. So I did some research on his background. He did a tour in Iraq.
He
After
knows
his
how to
stint,
use a gun.
he knows how to use a gun. He's been around guns for over a decade. Then, after his stint in Iraq, he moved over to Border Patrol, where he served for a long time before moving over to ICE.
Yes.
So, whenever these people puff out their chests like they just buy a gun and they automatically know how to use it, and they go against people who are 20 years, they're veterans, they've been around law enforcement for decades, and then you think you just go and buy a gun, and then a bunch of you look, two well-trained Marines will decimate 30 people who just picked
Yeah.
up a gun for the first time.
Here's the
They will take you
difference
out.
between a trained individual with a gun and one that hasn't been. The ones that haven't been are the idiots that will point a gun at somebody who's been trained with it.
Yeah.
And before the idiot even thinks about pulling the trigger, they're already shot.
Yeah.
And
They,
that's the difference between training and non trained. Is that hesitation
yeah.
before pulling that trigger.
Yeah.
You point
Because
a gun at a police officer, they're going to shoot your butt. That's
yeah.
just final.
Yeah.
You point a weapon like a car at an officer, they're going to shoot you.
Yeah. So I don't want to spoil the next video, so I'm going to shut up because I was about to say something. I don't want to spoil the next video. Canary King says, greetings, everyone. Canary King.
Hello, Canary King.
So let's see. Intergalactic Wrangler is chomping at the bits. He wants us to jump into the story with the Moon Knight people. So let's read Mackheimler's chat and then we will pivot. All
And
right.
hello,
So
McClimber.
Mackheimler is, I'm like, look, guys, everyone in the chat, Patricia, everyone in the chat, everyone who's subscribed to this channel, everyone who's ever left a comment, I love you guys. Okay, I love you guys, and you guys, just being there and being so supportive is such an encouragement, and I just want you guys to know that. Okay, Mackheimler says all these protesters are paid. I don't think normal people are against ICE. I agree.
McClimber, you are 100% correct.
Yeah,
Because the majority of America spoke out and said, get these people out of our country.
yeah, they
And
voted for it.
we knew it was going to take a major operation from the federal agents to go out there and round them up and get them out of here. And it's genius how they started with, we're going to go after the illegal aliens that have committed crimes.
Yeah,
Well, here's the news for everybody.
yeah, they all
Anybody
did.
who walks across that border or overstays their visa has committed a crime.
That's true. That is true. All
So
right.
that's how they're going with the ones that have committed the nasty crimes,
Yeah.
and it will face straight into the rest of them because they're all criminals.
And guys, I'm an immigrant. In case my accent didn't give me away, I'm an immigrant. So I had another um, Joker go into the comment section a couple of days back to put some racist nonsense. Of course, he says to me, "You think that by supporting Trump, they're going to accept you? They will never accept you." I'm like, this idiot thinks that that common sense is racist. That simply supporting common sense is a black person or an immigrant trying to get accepted into what? We came
Did,
to the
did he
West.
even know that you were in Canada?
Well, they don't care.
Yeah.
They look, these people don't care about facts, they don't care about reality. All they want to do is put out their narrative out there, and as far as they're concerned, that's all that matters, and they've done the job. So no matter how much I try to speak sense into their heads, they will not accept it. Okay, I'm going to read this, and then we're going to load up the Moon Knight people video. Intergalactic Wrangler says, "I got my ICE t-shirt and MAGA hats." Look, guys, I have a merch store. Now my merch store hasn't been as amazing as I would like it to be because I haven't put out anything of note recently. Like, I might do an I support Ice t-shirt, okay, and I support Ice hat. So maybe in the days to come, you might see stuff in the store. I'm thinking about it. I should get you guys some merch that excites you, like the Ice t-shirt and
Oh,
Make
weird.
America Great Again. Makaimla is amazing. He says there's gonna be a lot of ice this winter. I
Ice,
agree.
ice, baby.
Do you know what? That's a nice idea for a t-shirt. I'm gonna write it down while the Moon Eyed People
Yep.
video is playing. So, guys, we're pivoting into the Moon Eyed People, the mystery of the Moon Eyed People. So, let us know your thoughts in the chat. If you want to keep letting us telling us what you think about the stories that we've covered already. Um, okay, let me know. I'm sorry. Let me see if I have the right video. Sometimes, okay, amazing. Okay. Oh no, we didn't. Okay, so Canary King says, did you cover Trump's energy conference already? No, we didn't. We didn't. Jeez.
That's gonna be a good one.
I was listening to his speech, and that was this morning when I was when I drove my son to his Air Force cadet meeting.
Go Air Force.
Yeah, so I was listening to that, and then kind of, it got away from me. So I'm gonna have to play that video from this other screen because it downloaded in a weird way. So the story starts at the 10-minute mark. So I have to move it there.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, we're talking about the legend of the moon-eyed people. And Patricia is going to guide us through this story. And
So much fun.
it is. So guys, in the words of Samuel L. Jackson, hold on to your britches. um, Intergalactic Wrangler says, get you a learning center. I have to make these t-shirts. I have to make these t-shirts. I have to make these t-shirts. Look, I have dropped the ball. I have dropped the ball on merch. So I want to apologize to you guys. I have dropped the ball on merch. I should you guys should have all of these things. Um okay, let's just go straight. There's so much to say, guys. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to play this here. Legend of the Moon-Eyed People, and then Patricia is going to be talking us through this. All right, so let's go for it. Keep your comments coming, and we're going to be talking with you in the comments, in the chat and in the comment section. So let's go for it.
Don't we just tell the story, right?
Yep.
Okay, now Murphy, the community of Murphy, used to be known as Huntington after the first merchant and that was in here. He had a trading post down by the river on the west bank of the Hiwassee, and he traded with the Indians, and then he traded with the soldiers, and so the community was named Huntington. After the Indian removal in 1838, a senator introduced a bill in Raleigh by the name of Archibald Murphy. His name was Murphey, and so they named Murphy as the county seat after him. However, the E got lost in the recording between Raleigh and here, so that's why we're Murphy. Now, Murphy was sold off in 6-acre lots. The Haushaw family bought the 6-acre lot up here on top of the hill and established the chapel and the cemetery. A fellow by the name of Felix Axley, whose ancestors still live on the property down there, bought 3 6-acre lots at the confines of the rivers. In 1841, he was digging up the ground to plant it, and he unearthed these effigies. He put them on a sled, drug them back up to his well house, which was built from the logs of Fort Butler, and they leaned up against that. Now, the question is, what are they? Okay, now these was pecked out or formed by the Cherokees, and they was out of soapstone and tile. So they used to be whiter than this before the iron ore and the soil discolored them a little bit. The Cherokees said that when they moved into these southern Appalachian mountains, they were already a race of people here. And they were short, white, flat-faced, and blue-eyed. They were so blue-eyed that they couldn't see to work in the sunshine. So they'd come out of the evening and night to do the work. And so the Cherokees called them the Moon-Eyed People. Now, we know that there's an Indian village down there because there was a small mound where they had the council house, supposedly where these were kept, to show the subsequent generations, the people that they displaced by the Cherokees. Now, we know that the Moon-Eyed People lived down there, or pretty sure they did, because in their oral tradition, they said that they lived at where they were afraid to cross the creek, which we think would have been Valley River because it was smaller than Hiwassee. And the reason that they were afraid to cross the creek was because of the big red leech. And that universally accepted Cherokee myth and legend is about the big red leech hole down there. That's in all their oral traditions. Now, the question is, where did they come from? Okay, Thomas Jefferson, in his Indian removal policy of 1803, said that, mentioned them when he was moving he said eventually all the Native Americans would be moved across the Mississippi into Oklahoma territory. And so he mentioned them and referred to them as Welsh Indians. And then Lewis and Clark, in their exploration of the Louisiana Purchase, they encountered them and said that, and they referred to them as the Welsh Indians. Now, they supposedly was a population that ran from the Mississippi River all the way up through southern Appalachia towards Virginia. And then later on, history indicates, this is a lot of speculation here, but before Columbus came to America, there was 14 ships from Wales set out to explore and establish a colony. And they were lost. They never found it. And so a lot of scholars speculate that possibly they made it to the New World and established a colony. And of course, because of the mutation and inbreeding and stuff, they would have, might have got a little shorter and bluer eyed and stuff, whatever. But also, they have been stone structures found from Illinois all the way down into the south here that was Welsh constructed. And similar to the architect techniques in Wales and stuff. Now, and so that's a possibility of where they came from. Now, one thing too that this is my theory, that if you notice the effigy, this one is bigger than this one. I think this one was designed to represent Hiwassee River, and this one to represent Valley River. And since they're conjoined twins, they come together where the rivers live.
Wow.
Okay.
So what do you think? The Moon-Eyed People, fact or fiction? Well, as Billy Ray mentioned, Thomas Jefferson and Lewis and Clark, there's little connections made to, the mention of the Welsh Indians. And it's very loose mentions. Nothing set in concrete. Personally, I like Billy Ray's theory very, very much. The two figures, one slightly larger than the other, I could see those placed right at the confluence of the rivers. Now, the full meaning may never be known, but it is an incredible artifact and great Native American history. So I hope you enjoyed.
All right, so Patricia.
I ran across this when I was doing research on the theory that spacecraft had crashed on the Earth before and that short people had survived on Earth because of that. But the Moon-Eyed People, now the Cherokee, when they came to the Appalachian Mountains, they were not the first ones here. The Moon-Eyed People were already established there. And they actually built walls that you can find on Fort Mountain in Georgia. And that's actually in a park now that you could go up there and walk around and see what was built. And they're very short, small walls. There was one picture of them in that run. There's also another video about that mountain with the walls on it. But you can look up Moon-Eyed People and all that will pop up eventually. But now the Cherokee got into it with the Moon-Eyed People. And they knew that light hurt their eyes. That's why they only came out at night. And they waited for a full moon and launched an all-out attack on them and drove them out of Appalachia.
Oh.
Now, it was rumored that they headed west. So that's where their next story will pick up at, is out in the west. But these people, they built things. They would build at night. They would come out at night and do all kinds of work and then go back into, they thought they lived in caves down there out of the sunlight. And there's some connections to them about being out only at night all over the world. I mean, there's a little hint of them in Ireland, out west, Hawaii, the Philippines, and China. So we'll be exploring those areas in future tidbits. So, and when we get to China, everything will explode.
Yeah. So you're wondering okay, so why are we talking about these people, humans, who essentially were driven out by the native Indians? There are stories and there's lore about their origins. All right,
Yep.
and some of those origins mention spacecraft.
Yep.
So that's why we're looking at this.
Now, the
And
Welsh connection, they were really interested in what was out west through Montana and those areas that um, England could possibly lay claim to when they were wanting to make the purchase of that area and take it over for America. And that's why the president sent Lewis and Clark out there to also look for the connections to the Welsh. And there was some things found along their way that was never reported and recorded in history about the Welsh being out there.
yeah,
And there was also rumors about the Vikings being there and some other people that had went into that area before Christopher Columbus ever came here.
mm,
So that was the connection into what he was talking about, the Welsh.
yeah,
Well, those people weren't Welsh. Because if they had been Welsh, they would have been a heck of a lot taller.
okay.
And
All right, so
I don't think blue-eyed people were a major factor in the Welsh race.
all right,
But they
so
had very pale blue eyes.
very, very pale, and that's what I want to talk about genetically, and we can see even with blue-eyed people, Caucasians. I know you don't like that word Caucasians, but uh, people with lighter skin, with blue eyes, um, you don't find people like that with blue eyes who can't stand the sun.
Yep.
Okay, unless they are albinos, and albinos,
Do
I
not
don't know.
tolerate sunlight well at all.
Yes,
Yes.
so that is one option, but I don't know. So
And
where
then you have the stories that connect in with that on the star people and the star children
okay,
because they were so small people. Short. Short people. Very short people.
all right. So let me jump into the comment section now, guys. In the comment section, of course, I'm eager to hear what you guys think of this story. And it's sad that right now all we're doing is we're having a mix of some historical accounts and documentation, but plenty of myth. So we
Hmm.
have myth and then we have some historical documentation, but it's like a huge jigsaw puzzle. So we're just going to try and piece it together, and then we'll talk about speculations. We'll talk about things that we may deduce from these conversations. It's really us putting the pieces together. So let's pretend that we're trying to put together a huge jigsaw puzzle. Okay, so let's see. I have some comments that are stragglers from the last segment, but let me start with this segment. Remind me to go back to talk to cover the last segment. So let's see. Um, Intergalactic Wrangler says Native Americans have many stories of star people
And
and
moon
moon
people.
people, and then he says big red leech, eel. So
Now, the mention of the big red leech was the first time I'd ever heard about that. And what that could have been, who knows? But it was something that scared the Moon-Eyed people that they wouldn't cross that creek or that river. Oh, thank
So
God. I thought AA had been abducted.
no. Oh boy. It's Saturday evening, and James is is giving his mom a hard time. So she sent me a text message. She sent me an SOS. So I had to get his brother to go down and nab him. Next chat by Intergalactic Wrangler. Um, Random genetic mutation has been pretty much disproven, I thought.
I don't think that genetic mutation could take on such a large scale that it would encompass a whole group of people.
Within several hundred years.
But there are the blue people of Kentucky, the really blue.
Okay.
They got a rare blood thing going on,
Okay.
and they're blue. I mean, they are blue.
Yeah, but that's not something that's
But it's a very small group. It's not
yeah,
a large population.
yeah,
So that's one of the things about genetic mutation amongst humanoids that doesn't encompass a large group.
yeah.
Oh, we shall, intergalactic angler. That
So
is coming.
so the skeletons are coming.
The
Okay? He says, "Show me
skeletons,
the skeleton."
yes,
The
there
skeletons
are
are coming.
skeletons, and it's amazing. And there's even a census, an
Oh yeah.
American census that involves these little people. So it gets really, really interesting down the line. But I think the first time I came across any information on this at all was through the show Ancient Aliens.
Mm,
And they brought that up, and I got to looking in on the internet researching it and ran across all kinds of stuff from all over the world. And I
yeah.
was going, you know, a story from the Appalachian and the Cherokee Nation is one thing. But then when these things start popping up at different places all over the world, you have to stop and say, wait a minute, what's going on here? For it to be worldwide, come on. I mean, there's pygmies in Africa and
Yeah.
South America. There was this group of little people out in Hawaii. Those are the ones that turned up on a census. And then in the Philippines, and I think it was the Philippines where the skeletons come in. And then the ones in China.
Mm,
And I was floored to how many stories were out there. And then there was a thing about them cropping up in the Midwest, these moon-eyed people. And that was where reportedly they were totally wiped out there.
yeah.
I might go ahead and do that one anyway because that was in Montana. And I think it was in connection with the Creek Indians.
The
And
Indians weren't very tolerant people.
well, these moon eyed people were really rude and violent toward the Creek Indians.
Ah,
So when the Creek Indians said, hey, we ain't going to tolerate that, they just went in and just killed them all. So that
okay.
ended them right there. And that was the story out of the Creek Nation. So then the next time we pick it up, we'll do the Hawaii and the Philippines.
Okay. All right. So guys, next Friday we're going to be picking up on we're tracing the Moonite people back to their origins.
Mhm.
So we're going to go to Hawaii and then the Philippines.
And they
Now,
are a lot older than the
mhm.
Welsh.
So look at the, just stay with us. Let us know your thoughts. We're just going to piece this together, guys, and then just have fun while doing it. Okay. Um, Makaimla says, I have brown eyes and I hate bright lights. Maybe it's because I work at night.
Could be I have brown eyes and I do fine in full sun.
Yeah.
Except I found out our sun, for some reason, gives humans cataracts.
Yes, it does.
We have never evolved to live on Earth exposed to the sun. That's why I think we're all from Mars. That would explain cataracts. We were used to a weaker sun.
Yeah. Um, don't get us started about the firmament, the water mantle that was meant to be surrounding the planet.
Yeah,
So
it
okay,
protected our eyesight.
I just said something that's some of you out there will be like, what? Water covering the planet. Um,
Well, it was a
so
mist.
yeah, it was a mist. So Makaimela says also he just posted something, so it's a follow up to what we just said. He says it hurts when I stare at the sun. Maybe I need to eat more carrots. Well,
I don't think it's safe for anybody to stare at the sun.
no, no, no. Just get sunglasses. Like I was driving today and the glare with the sun hitting the snow and
Oh, that's
and and
bad.
the and the ice on the, like I literally was driving with my hand over my over the windscreen just to avoid the full blast of the glare. So it
I
gets
have
really
had
bad.
that hit me so hard that it's actually blinded me.
Ah,
So I started wearing sunglasses during snow
yeah,
because the glare was just so tremendous
yeah.
that it could actually make you blind. And you don't
Yes,
want to be driving down the road blind.
yes, you don't want that. Um, Intergalactic Wrangler says, I got blue eyes. So are you related?
Oh, he's got the eyes that turn from blue to green.
Oh,
Those are nice eyes.
yeah.
My dad had hazel eyes. I loved them, except for when his face turned purple when he got mad. Then they really took on a new
Yeah.
sinister level.
You know, people, now I'm picking my words. Like whenever I want to say Caucasian, I know you don't like the word Caucasian.
Oh, it's
And
fine. That
then
was
and
something for
then
the
no,
third
no,
grade.
no, 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 I know you don't mind it. And then whenever I want to say black people, I see that Canary King is in the chat, and I'm like, he's gonna say black people, black people are different from Negroes and are different from. So I'm like, oh, you guys are making me, pick my words. Okay, so most black people, especially those of us from Africa, are fascinated by eye colors, by the range of eye colors that Caucasians seem to have been blessed with. Blue, green, the mix. It's just amazing to see. Um, it's intriguing. So, Canary King says, just thought I'd mentioned the Button tribe of Indonesia have electric blue eyes.
Oh, wow. Futon.
Wow. Nice. Very
Oh, I've
nice.
got to write that one down.
All right. So, Canary King is laughing. Yeah. Look, do you know why I appreciate my being able to, yeah. Canary King always gives me a hard time.
You
He
can't
says I
win.
can't. He says he says you can't win. So I enjoy being able to have these live interactions with the chat because it educates me on things that I don't know about, and it gives me a deep connection with you guys in the audience, and I value it. Now, There will be times when I'm like, nah, I don't agree. I'm going to push back. This is the way it is. But you know what? Look, we can have disagreements and still love each other. You
Got
know,
that.
and that's one of the most painful things that I've had to experience in the current atmosphere we have with news and politics, where simply
Oh,
because
they
you
want
don't,
people to hate each other.
yeah, like,
That's what they're after.
yeah, simply because we don't agree on policy doesn't mean we have to hate each other, you know? So
And
it's,
people, I am here to tell you, being prejudiced is not wise.
yeah.
Because if you do one of those DNA tests, you're going to get shocked your life of where your bloodline goes.
Mm.
So if you want to be prejudiced, you're going to first have to hate yourself.
And it's
So,
and it's really bad for your health.
yeah.
It's really bad for your health to hold a grudge over nothing. Okay, so and so voted for Trump and you're having a conniption over it. It's bad for your health. You know,
Well, during
it's
the
bad for your
summer,
health.
I turn really dark.
Uh
I mean, I can get very dark during the summer if I'm outside a lot.
yeah.
In fact, it was so bad in Texas that I had Hispanic people asking me if I was Chicano. And then when I opened up my mouth and told them no,
Yeah.
that's when they'd look at me totally shocked and ask me where I was from. And of course, I would look at them very sweetly and say, Kentucky.
Makimla is still waiting on your YouTube channel. So I'm just
Wait
going to
on my YouTube
continue.
channel.
I am going to continue to be an advocate for Makimla. He is waiting on that channel so that he can subscribe because
Yeah, I
of,
do have a YouTube thing up. I have a page, and it's from my college days. I graduated in 2016, people, or 2012. And then I went back after a year with the Air Force as being an Air Force veteran and took some um, communication classes.
yeah.
So, yeah, there is one up on me, and it was for homework when I took a class on making Adobe Flash movies. And I had fun with that too. It
Oh
was like
wow.
cartoons. But yeah, and I've been aiming on doing something with that. So
Oh. So I look, guys, I'm on the case, okay? I'm gonna help her with her channel. I'm gonna help her start something. So as soon as it's ready, you're gonna hear it here first. Okay.
yeah, but
um
first I'm gonna have to get something better than my laptop camera.
well, yeah.
Because that's what I'm on right now is a laptop camera. That and it's an old laptop because I had it in college. Yes, I was an elderly person at a community college. And I got a degree and I was working on two other degrees and almost got them done.
Mm.
So, and I had fun because I got to look at young people and say, who told you that?
Intergalactic Wrangler says you can't learn anything if you're right all the time.
Well, as
That's
a female, I'd have to argue with that. But you're right. You you
yeah.
learn from your mistakes and being wrong, and that's a learning that you will never forget.
Yeah.
It's like trying to figure out how to solve a problem, and every time you think you've got it solved, you're wrong.
Mm.
And in my opinion, that's like working on that blooming truck that's got all this kind of sensors and stuff in it,
Mm.
and trying to track down what the heck it's doing to itself. Because I didn't do it, but eventually you get to the right point, and then it's solved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makimla says, I think that people who hate people for their beliefs or policies or skin color, or all these stupid things, I think they actually do hate themselves more. I agree.
I agree.
They're really miserable, and I feel sorry for them, but you can't really help them because they aren't willing to change and help themselves.
Well, one of the classes I took in college was sociology, and it's the study of people from different countries.
Mm.
And I find that totally amazing to go in and look at different countries and what the people are like there, what they believe in, how they live, uh, what their climates are like, what industries or farming they're into. And it's really shocking to find it out. That's like I had talked to somebody from Pakistan, and they were telling me that the area of Kentucky I live in is a lot like their region, and they do a lot of farming there. And we were talking about vegetables, and we raise a lot of the same vegetables.
Mm.
So it was kind of a shock. And when you start learning about people in other countries and other areas and what they believe in, you can start understanding why they are the way they are.
Yeah.
And the most fascinating one is getting into the different tribes of Africa
Yeah.
and Native Americans. And that is something that once you get into those areas, you start hearing the legends of the people,
Yeah.
the ancient legends of the people. And this is something that archaeologists have ignored through the centuries, is the stories from the people.
Yeah.
They wanted to discount it, call it a myth. Don't believe it.
Mm.
And when they found the ruins in South America, these huge cities, and then they said, well, the Inca and the Aztec built them, but the Inca and the Aztec were telling them, no, we didn't build them. They were already here. And then it comes out that they're 15,000 years old
Yeah.
or even older. So, and then you start seeing this and you go, well, those Aztec weren't there 15,000 years ago. So who
Yep.
was?
So who was?
Who
And
was?
and then you find these pyramids in South America, and pyramids
Yep.
in Africa, and I think there are pyramids in China.
Yes.
So who built those?
Who built them? I mean, it's one thing to think that, because the continents were split apart, that this same building technique should not have been found all over the world
Yeah.
unless people were able to travel between the continents, and somehow we've lost that information. And maybe the reason why we lost it is because people like to think there's a bunch of myths out there.
Yeah. Or conspiracy theories, which
Yeah,
right now don't look so much like they're conspiracy theories.
there is things built that there is no explanation for how they got that way.
Yeah.
I mean, in Syria, there's those stones that were placed that the Romans built their temples on top of,
Mm.
that the Romans didn't put those stones there. But who
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah, then you go to Saudi Arabia, and then you find the Kaaba,
Yep.
a black stone, smooth black stone that no one knows how it was built, how it got there. So the
Where it
people
came
there just
from or
worshipped
anything
it.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, so the people just worshipped it until Muhammad shows up and says, "Okay, I'm going to make this my holy city." But it's, so they find these things and they don't know how it got there. It's just amazing. These are the kinds of questions that are out there. And you know what? The more we open up our minds to ask, how did this happen? Just how and
Mhm.
what and when. Like, it's really exciting to begin to unpack these things. Um, Intergalactic Wrangler says culture is so different among us. No matter your race or creed or religion, we are all so unique. We're all so unique, but we're equally alike.
Right.
You know, the teachers at my son's daycare are having a laugh because um, my son has a girlfriend, and I'm like, too soon. Then he comes back one day with a ring, and apparently he got married to a lovely blonde little girl in the daycare. She gave him the ring and says, "We're married now." She says it, and James doesn't know what she's talking about. All he knows is, I like the ring she gave me. And I look at the ring, and it's a little princess ring. And it's like, dude, do you know what this is? He's like, no, it's my ring. And I'm like, okay. So they sit together, they play together, they're always together from the start of daycare till he leaves. So it's a precious thing to watch. And that tells you that prejudice,
Is learned.
racism is learned.
It's taught.
Yeah.
You hear
So
it in your home
yeah,
growing up. People make lewd remarks about another race.
yeah,
Oh, the white man, he's atrocious. He,
yeah,
and the black people and the Asians and
yeah,
the Germans and the Russians and the Chinese. And
yeah,
I'm going, people, they all put their britches on the same way you do.
yeah. They all have babies the same way you do. You don't lay eggs.
If you
They're-
cut them, they're going to bleed red,
yeah,
except for those blue people in Appalachia, in Kentucky. They're going to bleed blue.
yeah.
They are just weird.
Canary Kin. The ancient native groups of the Americas are so fascinating. Yes, they
Well,
are.
one of the things that fascinated me was the Aztecs
Mm,
when they were getting attacked by the conquistadors. It was rumored that the Aztec king sent some of his people to the north to hide their wealth away
mm,
from the the conquistadors that were there only to collect gold.
mhm,
So then I seen this post from a woman who was just looking at Google Earth and came across something that they have named as the Guardian of the Badlands in Canada. And they're saying that it's Native American. And I'm looking at it and it looks Aztec. And he's the head is pointing to the west.
mm.
And I said, I wonder if that was something they made
To
to
point towards
show
this treasure.
to point toward where they hid that at.
Yeah.
Because there have been treasure hunters hunting all over the Southwest for it. And I just don't think they made it far enough north yet.
Mm. Wow.
So
That's
that
fascinating,
that
guys. So that's something else to sink our teeth into when when we get to that story.
you
Um,
got it.
Pyramids are everywhere. Because I was going to say when we get to the story of pyramids, but he
There's one in Georgia,
uh-huh.
and they have it blocked off. No archaeologist is allowed to go there.
Mm,
Nobody is allowed to go there.
yeah,
The government has completely shut it down. And that's not far from those moon eyed people, by the way.
yeah, not too far.
Not too far.
Intergalactic Wrangler says pyramids are everywhere on the planet, mostly ley lines or near them, but not all.
Well,
Oh,
except for the Snake Mound in Ohio.
okay, but not all are true north. They're always changing.
Well,
It's
the true north has always changed.
mm,
And that's where the date on some of the ancient ruins in South America was said to be older than what people said they were.
yeah,
Because a guy did a study on it because the buildings weren't turned toward the sun's position for the equinoxes.
yeah,
And when he lined them up to a north point, it was traced back to where true north had been moving through the centuries
mm,
for hundreds of thousands of years. And some of those buildings line up to be at a point of being 15,000, even 20,000 years old. So that was the thing about the true north. True north now is moving rapidly toward the Siberia in Russia
aha.
from close to Canada in the
So
north.
so essentially, true. These things have been moving for millennia. It's
Yeah.
always been in a flux, which takes me back to something that people are going to hate: climate change. Okay, climate change changes because it's been changing for millennia.
Since
The
the
earth,
beginning of time.
since the beginning of time, it doesn't mean that the world's about to explode. It simply means that it's changing. They started
I
with
was really happy with 68 degrees the other day. I was thinking, finally, we're going to get to pre ice age temperatures in Kentucky and I can get a palm tree.
do you know what? At some point, I'm going to do something to upset people who are pearl clutching about climate change. At each point where we're changing seasons, we do a climate change live stream. Oh, the climate is about to change because
We
because
need
because
to do
it's
the one about the Alaskans.
uh-huh.
Yes. They are the ones that brought my attention to something called Earth wobbles.
Guys, I told you that Patricia is a resident expert on all this stuff, so I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to ask
When
what that
things
is.
hit me, I mean, I go look them up.
Patricia has notebooks with
Yeah,
all of this stuff saved on her computer. So guys, we're
yeah.
going to have some fun when we dig into some of these stories.
I can pull some things out that just make you go, huh?
Intergalactic Wrangler says ring.
Young Star with Fire, so cute. Yes.
Yeah, well, I'll tell him.
Paper roses.
I'm I'm asking myself the question, what will this look like when he turns 13?
Oh, it's
Because
going to be interesting.
it's going to be crazy. I'm like, oh, well, I don't know, because I picked him up. Was it on Friday? I picked him up on Friday. No, I dropped him off on Friday. His mom picked him up, so I dropped him
Oh,
off, and then he walks into the class, and then goes and sits beside her because they're having their circle time. Sits beside her, and she gives him a hug. I'm like, oh, please. Okay, so okay, so it's so cute, it hurts. Um, Mackay says, I believe ancient humans were way more advanced than what's popular to
Which
believe.
was
I think something catastrophic happened to the planet and that people built the pyramids to try to preserve knowledge. Well, we are going to learn a ton. Now, all we have are theories. We don't have storage. We have the hieroglyphics, which thousands of years after the fact of
yeah.
whatever it was that happened. So we don't even have any record of those
Well, if
times.
you can think of it this way, if something catastrophic happened on Earth today, and a majority of humans were wiped out, cities were destroyed, our power grids were just totally annihilated, where would you start over at?
Hmm.
How would you protect yourself against other people who wanted to control you and take over what you've got, or wild animals out there?
Yeah, a cave.
You can't build a gun
Yeah.
because you don't have the technology to do it unless you're from Afghanistan. They're great gun builders, by the way, is what I've heard.
They can't run a country, but they can build guns.
Yes. And so you don't have any of these weapons that we have today. So what are you going to do?
Hmm.
You're going to pick a rock up or a
Hmm.
stick because those are readily available.
Yeah.
And if you get the right rock, you can make it really sharp just by hitting it with another rock.
Yeah.
So then you would have the Stone Age to be revisited
Yeah.
because you've got to do something fast to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So all the technology can be lost that quick.
Yeah.
So I think the human race has been reset, not once, not twice, but many times.
Mm.
It's had to have been.
Mm.
That one place down in Bolivia with the H-shaped blocks blows my mind. Blows my mind completely. How eggs are
How
made.
eggs are made. Intergalactic Wrangler says how eggs are made and laid is interesting, like an assembly line. It is. The human body is
Yeah.
fascinating. The biology and everything about it is just amazing.
Do I believe that we were evolved from apes? No. Why
No.
not? Because if that was true, why is there still apes?
Yeah.
That evolution would have wiped out the ape race. So, no, we didn't come from apes. Make a
Make a
left
left
big
at the
tree.
big tree.
Hey, don't make fun of that. That's how people give directions in Kentucky. And if they chop that tree down, we're just totally lost.
Let's see. Oh, climate change is real. My father remembers hunting in December in shorts. My son from Africa wants to go out and shovel snow in shorts. There are people that I don't know. I'm not going to say that never happened. Okay, I'm not going to
I've
say
seen
that.
young people at the college that showed up in weather that was 10 degrees in shorts. And I'm
But then
looking at
again,
them just going, not too bright, are you?
okay, but responding to Intergalactic Wrangler's comment, like we said, um, things have been changing for millennia. So it gets warmer, it gets cooler. And one of the things that comes to mind is that the world just needs to come to an equilibrium. So temperatures shift and move around. So it's not like
Well,
climate change is such a catastrophic thing. For the planet to be healthy, there has to be like this movement of temperatures and
here's the one
weather.
thing about climate change. It doesn't worry me, and why? Because humans have always adapted.
Yeah.
Always. They adapted during the Ice Age. They adapted. We know how to put more layers of clothing on,
Yeah.
warmer things. We know how to build a fire. We know how to store food.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily need a refrigerator to do it.
Yeah. And so something just came to mind, and I just want to chip that in, because one of the things that I believe this channel should be doing is helping to bring people together. And it's one thing that occurs to me is that the more humanity has learned to how to work together and how to communicate clearly with each other, civilization has moved forward.
You
Because
cannot come up with solutions to problems
yeah,
unless you look at it from every direction.
yeah,
And to look at it from every direction, you have to have a lot of people involved in how they're seeing it.
yes. And
And
they should be and they should be able to communicate,
right,
you know.
because that's something I learned in business. And most people think, oh, Elon Musk is a genius. Yes, he's a genius. But what has made him even more of a genius is because of the people he has surrounded himself with
Yeah,
in all of his business adventures.
yeah,
You don't want people saying, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You want somebody that says, wait a minute, what about?
yeah,
Have you thought about this? And President Trump's the same way.
yeah.
And through his first administration, he had a lot of bloopers
Mm-hmm.
around him. People who wanted to control what the president was doing.
Yeah,
And he learned a hard lesson there. But he's come back very strong.
yeah.
And if you've noticed how fast he hit the ground running this time,
Mm.
and how many people's been displaced, not only at the White House, but in the FBI and every agency
Yeah,
across the whole arrangement,
yeah.
is that, and you haven't heard the leaks.
No, you haven't. They were planning this Venezuela attack for months, and there was not one leak.
Not one. It was a surprise.
That's
Now, I'm not
fascinating.
going to be surprised when this Iranian thing goes all the way down.
Oh no, it's
And
it's happening.
it's
No,
going to be very soon.
it's happening. The video we opened the live stream with, where he's talking about Iran, I have a funny feeling that Trump has an itch to scratch with Iran
Like,
because of what they did in 79.
well, and
You know,
also, he also knows that the solution
to
to
terrorism.
Hamas and
Yes,
Hezbollah
it's
and the
Iran.
Houthis all point back to Iran.
Yeah,
They've been saying that for years. So what are you going to do about it?
yeah,
Nobody's done nothing about it. No, Biden goes in there and says, oh, we're going to play nice with the Iranians.
yeah,
They wouldn't talk to him because Trump had cut them off.
hmm
And then when Trump said, no, we're not agreeing with that. And he said that whole thing with the nuclear bomb stuff.
yeah,
No, no, we're not. And here, Obama and Biden both was just letting it happen, knowing that if those people, if the Ayatollah and his people got a hold of a nuclear weapon, they would use it.
yes. They
No
would.
doubts about it. So stopping that was just one thing.
Yeah.
And yes, climate change is real, but it is not because humans have done it.
Yeah.
If
Let me
humans
ask.
could
No, go
change
on.
climate, they would use it as a weapon.
Yeah. I'm hoping that it will be possible for us to agree on assembling for an emergency live stream when the regime in Iran is officially over. I would love to do that in real time.
Oh, that would be great.
I would
That
love to
would be
just
great.
I would love to jump on a live stream and we just sit and drink it all in. I have well, I'm this live stream is already shot to pieces, so I'm just going to just break all the YouTube rules. We would start from scratch. Yeah, Makhaimla is referring to if everything got
Yeah,
destroyed, and we would all have to start from
you'd
scratch.
be back to square one.
Yeah, and then we'll be back to only the strong survive. Might makes right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be back to doing. Canary King says ancient Greeks believed that there was a golden age when man was highly enlightened. Over time, man declined to the silver age, then the bronze age, and so
Right. Atlantis.
on. Yeah,
Atlantis. There's very, very many rumors about that. In India there are similar beliefs, and the
and
ages are
ages
called
are
the
called
yugas.
yugas. Yeah,
Hey, in India, they have no problem with UFOs. They have known about UFOs since ancient times. They will look at you like, "Oh, you just finding out about those."
Intergalactic Wrangler says, cure a ham with salt and let it hang for a year. Just learn that
No
no
fridge.
fridge. I got a dehydrator and a vacuum sealer for Christmas, jerky and dried fruits. Intergalactic Wrangler knows a perfect
Yes,
way to segue into into food.
survival. Yes, and
Survival. Yeah,
if
so
you build a tent over a fire and smoke it,
yeah,
it's the same thing as what the dehydrator does.
yeah.
So you don't
Intergalactic,
need electric to dehydrate food.
yeah. Intergalactic Wrangler pivots back to Iran, Greenland,
Amen.
Mexico, and Cuba. Look, Greenland, Greenland is just common sense. And the leaders of Europe don't know what to do with Greenland, or they can't afford to do anything with
Yeah,
Greenland.
Denmark's in control.
They don't have the money to do anything with
And I
Greenland.
was listening to some on that today, and the people in Greenland was saying, "Well, we're our own country." Yeah, but you're
Seriously.
under Denmark.
Yes. And you can't exist without
Well,
without
there's
someone else
only something
helping
like
you.
what 56,000 of them.
Please.
You know, and I'm going, how could you even think about defending your own land with only 56,000 people there? In today's world, that's like if Russia wanted it, they'd go in there and just kill everybody.
Yeah. So China is making a push for Greenland.
Yeah.
Russia has been distracted by Ukraine, but they would love to have Greenland.
Well, Greenland is a strategic point
Yeah. It's
coming
it- it's like it's
coming
like
into the North Atlantic.
yeah,
And one thing that a lot of people don't know is that there is an agreement between Canada and America on NORAD. NORAD protects Canada.
yeah,
And Canada probably doesn't have missile silos like America does.
yeah.
But if anything approached Canada, you can bet your my shirt that our president's going to fire those missiles off to protect Canada
So
because we want to protect our northern area.
yeah.
And
So
Greenland is
I'm gonna
strategic.
I'm gonna Intergalactic Wrangler, I am way ahead of you. Way ahead of you. Because I was about to do this. Okay. Because when you look at I'm gonna
Greenland's
take
huge.
I'm gonna take our photos off here. Okay, so when people have these meltdowns about Trump talking about Greenland, look at the size of Greenland. Greenland is bigger than the United States. Like it is about twice the size of the United States.
It's as big as America and Canada combined.
Yeah, that's one. Two, look at all the edges. The edges are strategic hit points. Like you can literally mount missile launch locations at each of these parts, and you can reach very strategic parts of the United States and Canada. It can be a forwarding,
And Europe.
yeah, it can be a forwarding station for a military um, base or bases.
And all the people live on that western side of Greenland and mostly down to the southern point
Yeah.
is where the main population is, and the rest of it is practically uninhabited.
So Denmark is all the way here,
Yeah,
flexing its muscles, claiming that it controls this. This controls this.
yeah,
Can someone make that make sense? That look at the size of Denmark. Okay,
yeah. Itty bitty
this
little, itty bitty bitty
this
bitty little Denmark.
look look I know that, like, I can understand the horror that that some people might have about the United States taking some
Controlling Greenland.
actions and saying, look, we want to take control of this place, and people are like, no, that's being a colonizer. That is stupid. The world works in a certain way. There's someone looking at this landmass, and they're salivating about what it could mean for putting military pressure on Canada or the United States or both.
Well,
And
and one of the other things that the people of Greenland have not done is benefit from their resources.
mhm,
And there's a lot of resources in Greenland. A lot.
hmm.
That hasn't even been touched. So
So, look, personally, I support the United States controlling this. I wouldn't want China or Russia
no, you don't
to
want them
to
to have their
I don't want
hands.
them anywhere near this. Um,
And China's been trying to get in there for the
yep,
rare earth minerals
yep.
because they want to control all rare earth minerals on Earth.
So here's what I see happening in international politics. Spineless, gutless leaders are holding back a brave, courageous America from doing what America should do. Denmark little old Denmark is saying that America shouldn't come near Greenland because it's their responsibility. It belongs to them. How are they able to manage this?
Denmark don't even have a military to be able to do anything about protecting the people of Greenland.
Well,
They don't even come close.
I don't know. Like the world is so full of very small minded,
Well,
very
when you
small
take
minded
a hard
people.
look at America and their military, we cover Canada. We keep
Yeah,
Canada safe.
yeah,
They are safe from missile attacks.
yeah,
Um, we protect Japan, South Korea. We're in the Philippines. We have all kinds of military bases all the way throughout Europe.
yeah,
And when you look at those, how far reaching our military is stationed to protect other people. We don't, I mean, after World War II, we did not take ownership of the Philippines.
yeah,
We didn't take ownership of Japan
yeah,
or South Korea or Germany.
yeah,
No part of Europe, we didn't want the lands there
yeah.
in any of these places. Now, we did buy Alaska from Russia, which I believe that they really look back at and says, how stupid were we?
Oh no! Look at just take a look at
Close.
how close
What is it, 80 miles there?
it's.
I mean,
look, there's so much, when people sit in their armchairs and try to um attack President Trump for some of the statements and comments he's making.
I don't. I
It's
don't think people realize how close Greenland is to Russia. Because when you go across the North Pole, it lessens the. I mean, we're looking at a flat version of the maps right now, but when
yeah,
you put it on the round,
yeah,
they are pretty close to Russia.
yeah, yeah,
That's hard for people to imagine looking
yeah,
at this map, but the
yeah.
curvature of the world.
Okay, so let me see if I can do Google Earth,
No,
because um
Lulu, no.
you know people don't understand the scale. Hang on, what's going on? Unlock data. Oh, sheesh. Oh, I need to create. Great. Ah, okay.
Technology is so wonderful.
Yeah. Okay. So this is. Let me see if I can zoom in.
Yep.
So this is Greenland, I think. Yeah,
Yes, there's
this is
Greenland.
Greenland. Okay. So
When you're
this is
looking at
Sweden,
Sweden,
Iceland. This is
now,
the northern
now
part
go
of
north
Canada,
of Sweden and Finland. There's Russia.
and this is Russia right here.
Yep. All
So
that
yeah,
from all the way from Finland
yeah.
all the way over to
So
Alaska.
this is Alaska here. This is Greenland. This is Russia. And then China is over here, I think.
Yep. China's
China is
further
over here.
south.
And then look, I I I shudder at the lack of intelligence that I see whenever I go online and I hear these people say stupid stuff about Trump wanting Greenland for the United States.
Hmm.
You know, with for over 100 years, this wasn't a factor because any like you could take over Greenland and you couldn't harm anyone. If you wanted to harm anyone, all you needed to do was get into a boat and then sail over to their continent to try to cause trouble. But now with hypersonic missiles, all you have to do is mount a missile launch station at this tip, and that is it. The entirety of North America is in harm's way.
Yeah.
And drop one over here at this tip, and Europe is in harm's way.
And you really wouldn't have that much time to respond to a launch.
Yeah.
Period.
So you hear these people talk, and it's like these guys are morons. It's either they're morons or they literally want to gift wrap Greenland either for the Chinese or for the Russians. Because if the United States does nothing while Trump is in office and another weak president comes in and allows China do what they did during the Biden years of floating those
Yep.
balloons over the United States and doing all of that and buying up farmland close to military installations. Oh, jeez.
The only thing that America's got going for it with China and Russia is they don't understand America at all. They look at it from a presidential, a political viewpoint,
Yeah,
and they don't realize that America is not a president. It's not Congress.
yeah,
It's not a political party.
yeah,
It's the people.
yes,
And they're not used to dealing with that because they control their people with fear.
mm,
Their people don't ever rise up against them that they can't knock them back down.
yeah,
In America, you tried that, ha, there'd be more lynching than you'd ever think of. because Americans don't back down.
Yeah.
And you come into America and threaten America, you find out that no, it don't go that way. The Somalians right now are finding that out. We're telling our government, get them out of here,
Yeah.
send them back to Somalia. If they're going to steal from us, get rid of them.
Yeah. Intergalactic Wrangler says when Trump first said it to take Greenland, the lady responded and said, "We don't want no McDonald."
McDonald's here.
I, eh,
You know what? I don't like McDonald's.
I don't.
I was so thankful when my daughter got old enough that she didn't ask to go to McDonald's anymore.
Do you know I don't think I've ever had a McDonald's.
Now, if she ever ate at Arby's, she would really be fascinated with getting the fast food up there.
Guys, just I love the fact that Intergalactic Wrangler and the usual commenters are dropping their comments in the chat, but I can see more people are joining the live stream.
Yep.
Let's know what you think about this, because
I bet she'd love to have a Walmart.
uh, I don't know why people's sense of scale is so small.
I don't know. You take
Like,
most people who come to America for the first time to a Walmart, they're just floored.
I've been here in Canada for how many years, and I've never been I took my daughter to a McDonald's after her visit to the dentist. I needed to give her something to have for breakfast, and I took her there through the drive-through. But I haven't had a McDonald's because I don't need a McDonald's. I don't want a McDonald's. So talking about McDonald's is just weird. Intergalactic Wrangler says if we take Greenland, NATO may disband. I think NATO should disband, and I think we should make that agreement with Russia. Uh-oh. Uh got to charge his phone, but he's listening. Thank you so much.
Um,
Look,
Greenland
um
is not going to destroy NATO, and I'll tell you why. The countries that are in NATO do not have the military standing to defend themselves
yeah,
at all. If we pulled American bases out of Europe, Russia would waltz right through it
yeah,
because they don't have enough military to take it on. They
yeah.
can't protect themselves. This is what Trump's been saying all along, is that Europe needs to get their head out of their butts and build their military. They need to be up there protecting themselves instead of depending on us to do it.
True.
So that's where that whole NATO thing comes in at. And if NATO won't disband because they know that NATO is one of their weakest points.
Mm.
That if America pulls out, they're gone.
Yeah. Makaimla says, I don't think enough people live in Greenland to have a McDonald's. It's not going to be profitable for McDonald's to do that.
Well, there's only 52,000 of them shoved down there on that western southern part.
Yeah. Intergalactic Wrangler says, I talk too much. I don't agree. We're here to
Don't
talk.
talk as much
Okay.
as I do.
We're here to we're here to talk. That's why we're here. We're here to talk. So no judgment here. I'm gonna circle back to the statements.
I don't think the people in Greenland have thought enough about how much they would benefit from being under America's wing. I mean, it doesn't have to be that Greenland gives up their sovereignty, because we've got relationships with other countries that are under our sovereignty that we have never went in and took over. Puerto Rico's one of them.
Okay. Let me find this video by Nick Shirley. He interviewed a bunch of people in Greenland.
I seen that. He did a
So
great job up there.
So I don't know
I
if
was cracking up when he said, "How much will it take for you to sell your citizenship?" And some young teenagers said they'd do it for 100,000.
you know. Well, I don't know if we have time for this, but maybe we'll do it during a different live stream. But this is how many? This is a 13-minute video. So let's
Yeah,
see if okay. So hold on. Let's take a look at this together. Okay. Like I said, I've essentially ruined the live stream, so I might as well, I might as well just go for broke and um and tank the entire thing. So guys, so you hear the talking heads, say how Trump is trying to bully the rest of the world, and he's trying to
How do you
invade.
feel about the United States potentially buying Greenland?
All right.
I don't want to be American, no more Danish.
Trump cannot buy Greenland.
Is Greenland for sale? Today I am here in Nuke, Greenland.
Ouch! What happened? Is it still loading?
I will be asking the Greenlanders here how they feel about potentially becoming part of the United States. Donald Trump recently has been very persistent about the idea of making Greenland part of the United States, saying that the United States needs Greenland for national security purposes. Currently, Greenland is an autonomous territory of the Denmark Kingdom. However, most recently, the Prime Minister of Greenland has said that he wants to seek independence from Denmark, making this situation even more interesting. Greenland has key trading routes in the Arctic Circle for countries like Russia, China, Canada, the United States, making Greenland a pivotal spot in the talks of geopolitics. And this is not the first time the United States has tried to buy or acquire Greenland. In 1946, after World War II, the president at the time tried to buy Greenland for $100 million. So it's going to be super interesting to hear the opinions of the people here in Greenland about becoming part of the United States. I'm going to make another deal with you guys. If this video gets to 10,000 likes, and it turns out nearly 75% of you guys watching this video right now are not subscribed, so go ahead and subscribe, and if we reach 350,000 subscribers, I will go to the Panama Canal. Now let's go talk to the people here in Greenland. How do you guys feel about becoming part of the United States?
It's good.
Would you rather be a part of the United States or Denmark?
United States.
And you? United States or Denmark?
United States.
What makes you guys excited about potentially becoming a part of the United States?
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
We want fast food.
Do you think it's just a power grab by Donald Trump trying to buy Greenland?
Donald Trump and Putin in one box, and thank you.
How do you feel about the United States potentially buying Greenland?
Greenland's not for sale. It's their own country, so it cannot be bought.
So is Greenland a country or a territory?
Today it's an independent country, but it's it's a part of Denmark today. But the law says it can be independent whenever they want to.
Okay, so it's up to the people of Greenland whether or not they want to be a part of Denmark.
Yes, it is. It is. But for now, there are some economical problems by leaving Denmark.
Sorry, what did you say?
Notice their accents.
Yeah.
They all have different accents.
Yeah.
And it just floored me about that when I seen this, was that I heard British.
Uh-huh.
I heard Native Northerners and Asian. And I was going, what's with this? Who are the people of Greenland? They sound like they're from all over the world.
Because the I'll call it a continent is located at a nexus.
Yes.
So you have people from different parts of the world moving there. It's
they don't know
interesting
they're
to watch.
already American.
Let me show this comment by Intergalactic Wrangler. He says, let Russia have it, but we get Greenland
and all
of the Americas, then Russia can deal with China. Just speculation. Well,
Well, the thing about all that is Russia was responsible for turning China communist.
Yeah. So they're going to they'll figure it out, and they're going to work together. They will always work together. Yeah. So all right. So let's land this plane. We've been having too much fun. It's a Saturday night, and we've been having too much fun. It's just too much.
But
Okay. So
there's a lot to Greenland that people don't realize.
yeah.
China's been in there because of rare earth minerals and power sources.
Yeah.
And Trump's noticed it. He's noticed how they've went into South America and Africa,
Yeah.
and they have been after the rarest minerals on Earth,
Yeah.
and they don't care how they take them out.
Yeah.
They will destroy
They don't.
total environments to get
Yeah.
what they want. They've
Yeah.
destroyed their own country with so much pollution that they have children that die from the water in the rivers there.
Mm.
So China doesn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, human life is not their concern. Keeping their government is.
Yeah. Guys, um look, one of these days we're going to be able to just kick back. Maybe the Iran live stream. Maybe the Iran live stream
That's
is
going to
that
be
live
a
stream.
celebration.
Yeah, we're
I
going to
can't
sit.
wait to see the Shah's son walk back into Tehran.
Uh,
That is
yeah,
going to be
it'll
amazing.
be it'll be amazing. So so guys, if you're watching after the fact, let's know your thoughts in the chat. We and then let us, and whenever we release these new videos, please consider leaving a comment and letting us know what you think about the new format, and you can also make your suggestions about the topic. So here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing. We are we are looking at the videos that have resonated the most with our audience, with you, and we are leaning into those videos and those topics. And right now we are looking at the Trump archives. I have a ton of videos that I haven't even created content around. The next archival video that will be released next Thursday is another Trump interview. And again, coming from my archives, we're going to be looking at a statement that he, or a few statements he made years ago, and connected to policy and things that are happening today. That's what those videos are essentially going to be representing. Tuesdays we release videos that revolve around present day policies, and trying to make a connection to where those policies began and how destructive they've been or how helpful they've been. So it's going to be one of those very interesting journeys. And the biggest thing about it is your reaction or your response or your comments is going to play a huge part to letting us know whether we should make more of those videos or fewer videos like those. We're leaning into the archival videos because we've seen massive support for that content. Canary King has been telling me for months to go back to that format, and I have been very stubborn. Didn't want to make this a Trump channel, but it appears that most of us enjoy looking back and seeing historical connections with some of the things that we're seeing today. We're looking at Iran. He talked about Iran 40 years ago. We're looking at different things. Peace through strength. He talked about it 40 years ago. Now, if you haven't seen the videos that we've released, just go over to the channel and have a look at the most recent content. Intergalactic Wrangler is asking, have you got any apprentice videos? I can get those. Okay, but the focus isn't the entertainment side. It's on the interviews and some of the statements that he's made, connecting his policy positions today and things that he believes and has always believed years ago. People have left comments claiming that he's a grifter, he's deceiving the voters, he's a liar. But I mean, you can't tell the same lie verbatim for 40 years.
No.
unless you really believe it. So I laugh at those comments, and
Well,
guess
he
what?
was right 40 years ago, and he's still right today.
Yes, he is, because his positions are common sense positions. It's all common sense. And when you make a common sense statement, it's always going to be the correct statement. So guys, we're going to be um, ending the live stream right now. Thank you so much, Intergalactic Wrangler, Makheimla, Canary King, Collective Consciousness. Maybe he went to bed, or he went to work. Patricia, as always, thank you. Intergalactic Wrangler, thank you for the membership. Okay, guys, let me talk about. I keep forgetting to talk about the monetization part of the live stream, because I try to focus on the topics and on the conversation so that I give you quality. If you've enjoyed this live stream, um, if you've enjoyed this live stream, hold on, I have to read the chat. Intergalactic Wrangler says, I just always looking for the truth. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you, Intergalactic Wrangler. Thank you for the membership. And thank you guys for sticking around and watching and commenting. You've made this show possible. Whenever Patricia and I come live, the question is, will the chat be active or will it not? If the chat is not active, the live stream might be a 40-minute live stream. But if the chat is very active, who knows? It could be a 4-hour live stream. It's all about the conversation. Now, this is a 2-hour, 11-minute live stream. We've had a 3-hour live stream before. And I saw someone leave a comment to say, I'm not going to watch a 3-hour video. and that's fine. We who sit here and have these conversations we enjoy it. We have each other. We're just hanging out, and we're trying to give everyone a voice and have a conversation. Makheimla, this statement warms my heart. You guys
Oh,
are a blessing. Thank you so much, Makheimla.
thank you.
And you joining the live stream, watching, is a huge blessing. And then going into the chat and contributing your thoughts and your perspective is a bigger blessing. Okay, we're saying this because that's how we really feel about you guys. All right, so we're going to be back for the next live stream on Wednesday, but we're going to be releasing the next video on Tuesday. So look out for that video at 8:30 Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay, I'm still working on the edits, so I might need to re-record it. Like, there's so much happening, and I like this format because I get to find out the facts. Okay, instead of going live or recording a video and saying, okay, here's what happened in Minnesota, and then tomorrow here's the update. We let the story breathe. We get to do some additional research, and then we get to give a well-rounded position. Now, we may not be able to talk about everything. The videos are usually about 8 to 10 minutes long. But we want to get a strong position that kind of removes all of the insanity that the mainstream media wants to put out there, and bring in some common sense. Here's what happened. Here's how we should think about this. Here's what to do and here's what not to do. I mean, just very, very basic things that everyone would enjoy in the videos. So I hope you enjoy that. We'll be live again next Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern. 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and I hope you would consider being a part of that live stream. Thank you all so much. You guys are a blessing. Thank you, Canary King, for hanging around and jumping into the comment section. We will be back next week on Wednesday, and look out for the next video on Tuesday. Patricia, do you have any parting words?
Yes, I will leave you all with some wise words from my grandfather. Always try to learn something new every day.
All right, guys. We love you guys. And until next time, God bless you.
Stay safe. God bless.
Welcome to Headlines and History, live news reactions and your views. We're about to go live soon, so grab your spot and get ready for a sharp, balanced take on today's biggest news stories. with a dash of historical insight. Stay tuned. Each week, we tackle the headlines that matter: politics, economics, global events with a balanced lens. We'll react live, tie today's stories to historical moments, and spotlight your views in the chat. From trade talks echoing the 1990s to crises recalling 2008, we're here to unpack it all. Your voice drives the show. Share your thoughts or historical parallels in the live chat, and we'll dive into the best ones. It's news, context, and community all in 1 hour. We're moments away from launching headlines and history. Stick around for live reactions, historical nuggets, and your chance to chime in. Hit the notification bell, prep your comments, and let's make sense of the news together. See you soon.